There's a reason only a small percentage of people ever reach extraordinary success. It isn't luck. It isn't talent. It's mindset. The way millionaires think is what separates them from the rest of the world. Not their bank accounts. Their belief systems. Because before they ever held wealth in their hands, they held it first in their minds. Every millionaire I've ever met, read about, or learned from began the same way, with a decision. A decision that said, I will not live by chance. I will live by choice. And that decision, made quietly, sometimes in the middle of hardship, failure, or doubt, becomes the seed that grows into destiny. You see, wealth begins not in the numbers, but in the narrative you tell yourself. The poor think in limits. The rich think in possibilities. The poor ask, can I afford this? The wealthy ask, how can I create this? That single shift, from limitation to creation, is the birth of the millionaire mindset. It all begins with vision. Millionaires see the world differently because they see themselves differently. They think in pictures, in clarity, in measurable dreams. They can tell you exactly what they want, why they want it, and when they will have it. They do not wish. They decide. When you ask the average person, what's your goal? They might say, I just want to be successful. But when you ask a millionaire, they'll tell you, I'm earning $100,000 a month by building a business that changes lives. Precision creates power, and vision, crystal clear vision, turns hope into a plan. But even with vision, there's a second key, belief. Because what good is a dream if your mind doesn't believe you can have it? Millionaires don't just believe in their goals, they believe in themselves. They develop the quiet inner conviction that says, no matter what happens, I will find a way. Every person you admire once stood where you are, scared, uncertain, doubting themselves. But they chose belief over fear, and belief has a strange power. It makes the impossible look inevitable. That belief is strengthened by one word, discipline. Discipline is what transforms intention into achievement. Millionaires don't wait to feel motivated. They move anyway. They understand that consistency is more powerful than emotion. Every morning, they wake up with purpose. They don't ask, what do I feel like doing today? They ask, what must I do today to move forward? While the world sleeps, they study. While others complain, they act. They've learned that success isn't built in bursts. It's built in daily effort, brick by brick, moment by moment. The next truth they live by is time mastery. Millionaires understand that time is life, and life is running out. Every hour wasted is a piece of destiny burned away. So they treat time like money. They invest it where it compounds. They prioritize learning, planning, creating, and connecting. They delegate what doesn't serve their purpose. They focus on what multiplies their results. You will never hear a millionaire say, I don't have time, because they make time for what matters. Now, here's something most people misunderstand. Millionaires are not fearless. They fail more than anyone else. But the difference is, they never stay down. They turn failure into feedback. They turn rejection into redirection. They turn pain into power. Every great success story has a chapter called, I almost gave up. But millionaires keep going. They see failure not as a wall, but as a mirror, showing them what needs to grow. And while others retreat from discomfort, they chase it because they know growth lives just beyond the edge of fear. The next truth is one of my favorites: learning never stops. Millionaires are lifelong students. They read, they listen, they observe, they ask. They understand that every problem they face is simply a skill they haven't mastered yet. Jim Rohn once said, formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. Millionaires embody that truth every day. Their minds are their most valuable assets, and they invest in them relentlessly. They know that the more they learn, the more they earn. The seventh principle is about people. Success is not a solo game. It's a team sport. Millionaires build networks that elevate them. They spend time with visionaries, not victims. They surround themselves with people who challenge, not comfort them. You will always rise or fall to the level of those you spend the most time with. Your environment shapes your expectation, and expectation shapes your results. That's why millionaires choose their circle carefully. They understand that proximity is power. The eighth mindset is patience. Millionaires think long-term. They play the decade game while others chase the daily dopamine hit. They invest in things that compound: knowledge, relationships, assets, skills. While others want instant gratification, they're willing to delay it. They know true wealth takes time, and they're willing to pay that price. You see, money grows at the same rate as mindset. The stronger your patience, the deeper your roots, and the higher your success will grow. And that brings us to the ninth truth: purpose. The wealthiest people on earth are not driven by greed. They're driven by impact. They understand that money is just a byproduct of value. You get rich by solving problems for others, by serving better, by giving more than you take. When your purpose becomes greater than your comfort, you tap into limitless energy. You begin to wake up excited, to work with fire, to live with meaning. And that energy, that deep sense of purpose, attracts everything else. Because when you live in service to something bigger than yourself, the universe conspires to help you. Now, let's bring this all together. The millionaire mindset is not about greed or arrogance. It's about growth. It's about becoming the kind of person who can create, lead, and contribute at a higher level. So I want you to imagine this. It's 5 years from now. You wake up in a life you built through discipline, vision, and faith. You're doing what you love, surrounded by people who inspire you, making a difference that matters. And it all started because one day, maybe today, you decided to think differently. That's where it begins. It begins when you stop waiting for opportunity and start creating it. When you stop saying, "I can't," and start asking, "How can I?" When you stop living as a victim of circumstance and become the architect of your destiny. That's the true mindset of millionaires. Not the hunger for money, but the hunger for mastery. Not the chase for luxury, but the chase for legacy. So today, I challenge you. Think like a millionaire, plan like one, work like one, and live with the conviction that your dreams are not random. They are your calling. The millionaire mindset is not something you are born with. It's something you build day by day, thought by thought, habit by habit. And when you build it, truly build it, no economy, no failure, no obstacle can take it from you. Because real wealth lives inside you long before it ever appears around you. And that is the mindset of millionaires.